today what we want to talk about is why people buy.
And
why people say yes.
The big question mark leads us to asking the right questions.
Yep.
And hitting the mark.
Because if you can't answer the right, you got to get the right thing and the right angle, you know.
You guys y'all ask bad questions. And then you don't get an answer. I'm just telling you, like me and Jared here, we work and drill our people constantly. There's a part of our platform that's talking about DBMs.
The dominant buying motive.
Why
people buy.
Oh, why? Where do I put it?
Because look, the truth is that
like
people, when you get somebody to say yes, they're doing yes because of a specific reason. You're solving a problem for them, really. I mean, that's why people buy things.
That's the only reason.
And so, like you used to tell this story, I remember you're like, man, I go to Home Depot, I don't want a drill.
Yeah.
I need a hole.
Yeah. Holes are good.
Drill, the hole.
No, but what he's saying is people don't buy a drill for the drill. They buy a drill because they want a hole. If somebody would just say, dude, what are you using it for?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm not buying a drill because I actually want a drill. Most people are amateurs.
Yeah.
They just want a hole in the wall to put up a piece of art. They're buying a drill for one time.
And so I'll give you another example.
Yeah,
so
please.
our sales training program is designed to go into companies. It's called Cardone University. It's designed to go into companies and help them increase sales, increase retention, decrease turnover, increase profitability. It's designed to do a whole lot of problems. We have a really big client. I'm going to go over.
Yeah.
We have a really big client that we pitched a deal to. The only reason
I'm going to come back to you now.
The only reason why they bought our program was for one of the 10 things that it does.
Yes.
Now, if we were selling the customer the wrong thing the entire way through the process,
Or too much,
we would have never
by
gotten
the way.
the deal.
Showing too much value.
Yeah. So what we had to do is we had to isolate, hey, what is the one thing? And it turned out the one thing was, man, I just don't want people to sue me because I didn't train them when they leave the company. It wasn't, I got to increase sales or we need to make more money. Those things were all important.
But that's what we thought it was.
That's what we thought it was.
Because that's what we were selling. And we were just telling rather than asking, man.
Exactly.
So we show the platform now. You can do this with your product now. Before the break, I just want to give you this one tip. Dude, ask people, what would make this worth 80 grand?
Yeah.
What would make you get on a plane and fly to Miami? One thing. You know what we found? Some people just want to meet me.
Yeah.
Take a selfie with me. Maybe you want to meet Jared. Some people
Take
don't
a
want to
selfie
meet
with
me
me.
or Jared. They want to meet Elena, and they're like, I'm getting on a plane. I'm flying down to the swamp. World to know you. But we're talking about questions today. Dude, what would make it worth 80 grand?
The truth is you will not transact with anybody. You will in business, in life, if you have something that you want to put in somebody else's hand, if you do not find the reason, there's one reason, never six. Yep.
There's never 6 reasons. There's never 4 reasons. There's never 3 reasons. There is never 2 reasons people buy a product. There's always only make this your go-to. Would there be an exception to it? Never. There's only one reason anybody buys anything. Your job is to find it out. And how do you find it out?
Yep. Ask
questions.
Right questions. And
is half of it, Jared. Hang on.
Yep.
The second half is get an answer. Mm-hmm. See, a lot of you know how to you ask questions, you never get an answer.
Yeah, so somebody says like, hey Grant, if there was one thing I could solve for you, what would that be? Problem I could solve for you, what would it be?
Well, most of the time the guy doesn't know, so he doesn't actually answer the question
correctly. And then you don't follow up and make sure, no. Yeah. But if there was one thing. Yeah,
exactly. Well, it'd have to be this and this and this.
No,
I'll give you a perfect example. I was in Houston, Texas. Me and Captain Ryan went over there. We're looking at real estate. We had 3 meetings with real estate guys to sell billions. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about millions. Billions of dollars of commercial real estate. The average size deal's going to be $30 million. I said, look, I only want to look at deals that are $30 million. The guy says, what do you buy on? Cap rate, per unit, return, what is it? I'm like, it just depends. That was my first answer.
And that's where most of you stop.
And you're like, it could be all the above, I said. It depends on the deal. It could be the year, but he never got an answer, so the dude really doesn't know. Now, a better way to ask that question would be to ask, right out of Cardone University, is, hey, let me ask you, man, tell me about your portfolio. Mm-hmm. What do you own in your portfolio? If you want to find out what people are going to do, we talk about predictive selling, right? Predictive selling. If I know what he's done in the past, I can predict the future. You show me what the dude's done, I'll show you what he's going to do, okay?
Because people are creatures
Of habit. And people are trying to avoid or solve problems, okay? So people are trying to avoid or solve problems.
And I want to mention one thing, because some of the people that watch this show work in enterprise sales and a complex sales environment, and there's 6 or 7 or 8 different people involved in the decision-making process, and you got to understand that the DBM never changes for the one person, but when you move to a different person,
could be 6 different DBMs.
you have to start over.
For 6 different people. Okay, by the way, time could change everything. I might be working him today. 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, I'm working the deal. You got to ask new DBMs, new questions. Why would you do this? Why wouldn't you do this? What are you looking for? What's most important
If
to
you're
you?
working a customer today and then you don't get the deal, and then 6 months later the deal re-engages, you have to start all over. You have to assume. You don't know what happened in that 6 month period of time.
Everything could change. So what are we telling you today? What's your takeaway today? I don't want you just to get jacked up. I'm not going to just shout at you and tell you, hey, get off your lazy ass and go to work.
Yep.
You got to get down to the one question. You got to find the vein, dude. When the nurse goes in to get the blood, she just doesn't start jabbing around, right? You got to find that one vein, insert, find the one that's going to deliver the blood. The good blood. You know what I'm saying?
So a good question, just a good way to open that question, and the way that we do with our sales
questions.
team.
Ask hard ones.
And the way that we ask those questions is, number one, if I could solve one problem for you, one problem that was keeping you up late at night, that caused you to sleep uncomfortably, the one thing that's just the thorn in your side, if I could help you solve that one problem with X, what would it be?
Yeah. Let me just play this out with Jared. Let's say I'm talking to Jared. Jared's not Grant. Jared, hey man, what one problem could I solve for you, Jared? I know Jared's the influencer, okay, not the decision maker. Jared, what one problem could I solve for you? Well, really, man, I got a lot of turnover. I got my guys aren't motivated, and da-da-da.
Yeah.
Great. Which one of those, Jared, is the one costing you, your department, your division the most money? He answers that. I get down to one thing. Good. Excellent. Let me ask you, who else would be involved in the decision, Jared, other than yourself? I know you're probably the decision maker.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'd want Grant to check it out, right? His ego can't tell me, Grant, I'm not the check writer. So he says, I'd want Grant to check it out even though I'm the decision maker. You'll get a lot of that at different levels, right? And then I'm going to ask, let me ask you, what's the one thing Grant complains about the most? What's the one thing that drives him?
Huge. This is so important. If you're dealing with an influencer, using the influencer, supporting their ego, right? And then using them as a way to get information. I mean, we do this all the time. Anytime we're getting on the phone with anybody about anything and we need to talk to somebody else, we're always asking, hey, what in your mind, what do you think Grant is most concerned about?
I don't know. If you were to make it up, what would it be? Get an answer to the question. Hard questions, ask hard questions, always get an answer. Do not leave a question unanswered. Okay, we're asking what questions today? The hard one. 2 things you want to take away. Ask the questions you don't want to ask.
The question, and this was so funny because before I really understood what the hard question and all that meant, when I was on the call with somebody, there was always a question or two that I wanted to ask that I felt like I couldn't.
Right.
That is the hard question. So like,
say again, Robert.
You don't think it's going to work, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a question.
And so the hard question has to kind of a little bit be tailored to your business. But like, we ask people like, dude, you don't believe a word I'm saying, do you?
Yeah. Or you could ask, how much of what I just shared with you do you believe?
Yeah.
See, why would you do a presentation? People are like, people buy from people they trust. Well, good, then find out if they trust you.
Yeah.
Like call it out. You know what's going to happen? The guy or gal that has the guts to say, how much of what I just shared with you do you believe? Let's say you have a claim. Let's say you claim that you're the cheapest provider, the best deal, the most value, that I'm going to increase your sales 150%. Maybe you heard my ad on CNBC. Look, I'm going to increase your sales 150%, dude, okay? What percentage of what I just shared with you, by the way, I'm going to do that in 30 days. What percentage of what I just shared with you do you believe?
Just because you ask that question, people will respect you.
And they're going to be like, I don't know. No. Before we move on, man. Before we move on, what's the answer? Come on, you know.
The guy that says almost nothing trusts you more than you think because you asked that question.
Because you asked the question. I've had people crack up laughing. I remember a guy cracked up laughing with me once in a call. I knew I wasn't getting anywhere with him.
Yeah.
So the way to build trust
was this the
that Ford dealer,
elder,
you know. And I said, hey, what percentage of what I just said to you do you
all
believe?
Bullshit,
and he's like, I don't believe any of it. Okay? We closed the deal.
Yeah.
We closed the deal because what happened? The guy or gal that's willing to ask that question, okay?
Yeah.
See, nobody thinks Grant Cardone's a scam. Nobody asks, is Grant Cardone the real deal? You know why? Because my whole life is on video.
Yeah.
My kids, the marriage, on the plane, when I fail, when I lose a deal, when I get an audit from the IRS. Dude, I show it all. I mean, it's everything. When I make money from my real estate, I show the checks.
Yeah.
Like, you can't fake all this. Now, because I'm so transparent, right? People are like, oh, that's what he does. That's where he goes to church. That's who he is. That's how he operates, right? So you take it or leave it, like me or don't. So when you're in a sale, just be transparent. Ask the question. You know, what else are you looking at?
Yep.
What else are you shopping? You know, do you like me? The last time you bought this, what did you purchase? Okay.
Yeah.
If you ever made a mistake before,
have you guys
was it?
ever even considered using a product like this before?
Yeah. Have you ever spent this much money? When's the last time you spent 80 grand? This is a guy.
Last time you bought this, do you feel like it was worth the investment?
Yeah. Let's say we're selling advertising. Robert Sislow's selling advertising at Grant Cardone TV, and then we push that content on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. We push out a brand for other people, right? So Robert could say, look, it's $90,000. How much is the program? $65,000. Okay. They're gonna complain. I just added 5. Yeah. They're gonna complain anyway, man. You guys want to find out if price is a myth? Just change your price, and you'll find out it's a myth. Lower it, raise it. They'll complain about both of them. Okay, it doesn't matter. So when you pitch your number, hey, how do you feel about 65 grand? That's all right. Great. When's the last time you spent 65 grand? Right? This is tied right into the closing material.
Yeah.
The only reason to ask a question is not to sell a product, is to close a deal. I don't ask questions to sell. I ask questions to close. I need data. Hey, what'd you spend on that jacket? That suit?
$500.
Where do you buy your clothes?
Suit Supply.
Suit Supply. Okay, they have it delivered or you go to them?
I go to them.
Okay, you go to them, they suit you up $500.
Yeah.
Have you ever spent $1,000 on a suit?
One time.
One time. What was it?
Xenia.
How long ago?
3 years.
Good. He ain't doing it again. Okay? He can get 3 suits now for, why show him $1,000 suit, dude? This guy's a $500 suit buyer, even though he makes more money than most of the people watching. There's some of you out there spending $1,500 a suit, don't make what he makes in a month, in a year. Okay? So it doesn't matter. If he's cheap, find out. Okay? If he's frugal, find out. That way you don't want to show him a $1,500 suit. Or you want to show him the $1,500 so you can sell him 3 for $500.
And I may not tell you that I'm cheap.
He's not going to tell you, okay? But he could end up at the Xenia store or Xenia store. He could end up in a store with me. He could end up in the Brioni store walking around, okay? So maybe you want to ask him this. Hey, man, let me ask you, why do you buy your suits at Suit Supply?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they look good and they're cheap.
Yeah. Why else?
They tailor them right there for me and they do a good job.
Yeah. Why did you stop Xenia?
Because I would never spend that much money on a suit ever again.
Okay. And where do you wear your suits? You see what I'm doing? I'm trying to find out where he's going to wear them. What's he using them for? He doesn't think suits are worth anything. So look, why would you go to St. Bart's? Let me ask you, why would you go to St. Bart's and spend $25,000? That's a $25,000 5 days plus hotel airfare, okay? Why would you do that? Why would you spend 25 grand to hang out with me for 5 days and have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with me for? Why would anybody do that? It's insane. Look what I'm doing. I make my own price stupid. How can anybody justify spending that much money on a 5-day trip? And then Joe's like, because I get to spend 5 days with you. I get to ask you anything. I get to be in your space. I get to be around other people that can do that. That's amazing.
Be the buyer, not the seller.
Yes, be the buyer, not the seller. This is what I was telling Brad yesterday in a phone call. We were doing a big presentation.
When you said that, I was like, boom.
Dude, be the buyer. Do not be the seller. What we got to do is we got to get them to tell you what's wrong with it, right? See, the problem with salespeople, they're like little kids, man. They're sneaky. They don't want to ask. They don't want to ask the hard questions, okay? Hey, Mom, if I ask you for candy right now, why would you tell me no? That would be the way to work the candy angle, right? So if I give somebody a number, if I tell you it's $5,000, dude, first of all, do you even have $5,000?
Yeah.
Are you even the decision maker? How do you say that to somebody? Yeah. How do you say that to somebody? Look, there's only 2 reasons you won't buy this.
Number one.
Watch me protect my price and get data. You're not the decision maker, or you think it won't work, Or you think it's going to take too long to make the transition from the old system to the new system, right? So you got to come up with those two things and then find out why you would, why you wouldn't, why you haven't. Why are you still on that program?
The two questions that we ask people, or the two things that we say, the only reason why you wouldn't do this is, number one, you don't think your people are going to use it, or number two, because you're not the decision maker. And then even to like soften that a little bit, because you're not the decision maker, and I don't think that's the case. And so we kind of push them back into the problem that we can solve, which is they don't think they're going to use it.
Life insurance. Okay, you guys can't even get the appointment. Hey, look, man, there's only two reasons you won't give me an appointment. What are they? You got to ask hard questions. Why won't you see me? Okay, why won't you buy the life insurance? You know what they are.
Yeah.
You know why people won't, right? You don't want to spend the money.
Right.
You don't think you're ever going to use it. You think it's a waste. Somebody told you something bad about whole life, whatever. You guys got to ask the questions, okay? Why won't you buy my house? I'm selling a house for $17 million. Look, man, you guys going to buy a house or not? There's only two reasons you won't, okay? You think it's overpriced. By the way, it is.
Or you can't afford it.
Or you don't like it, right? Or whatever. You got to come up with the two things, right? Watch me cover my price, though. It is overpriced. Every time this house is sold, it was overpriced. Every single time. I'm selling advertising.
It is overpriced.
It is
all the time. Like, you're absolutely right. It is overpriced.
Dude, it's stupid. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Okay. Look, and then he's like, no, I really think there's a lot of value there, because when you start doing the hard questions thing, they'll come around. Okay. And then what Robert should say is, when's the last time you spent 60 grand? When's the last time? Oh God, we've never spent 60 grand ever. For you to be the first person for him to do that with, it's hard for me to believe, okay? If you've never spent $1,000 to go to a seminar, you spending 25 grand to go to St. Bart's, probably ain't gonna happen. We're talking about hard questions. What's another hard question, Jared? Like a freaking hard one, man.
Well, how could you make sense of this decision?
Is that a closing question, or is that a qualification question?
Could you make sense?
You know,
dude, I like those questions about money, because it like people are usually, they kind of dance around the money thing.
Nobody wants to talk about it. No, your parents told you not to talk about money.
But
right?
like when you really go after it and you're like, dude, how could you guys even make sense of that?
Now, the way to do this, the way to drill this in, the hard question thing, because it's really hard for people, is the next time you get in an Uber, ask the guy, hey, what kind of money you make?
Yeah.
Do I ask that?
Oh, I ask it every time.
Start working everybody, okay? Hey, when's the last time you had sex with your wife?
Yeah.
Okay? Have you ever been with a man? Dude, like whatever, man, just start practicing. What's the most money you've ever spent on a pair of shoes?
Yeah.
You know, have you ever had a venereal disease?
You ever cheated on your spouse?
Okay. Look, if you were doing a TV show and your job depended on you getting the answer to these questions, man, you would ask them. By the way, your life depends on the ability to ask hard questions. How you gonna vote? Oh, I never talk about politics. Good, don't. Okay, who'd you vote for? You got to come back and figure out how to ask that question in a different way, man. Hey, if I gave you a big tip, would you tell me?
I think about the story when you and Elena were in the restaurant.
Yeah, there
and
you
were
go.
like, you asked the guy how much money he made, and he wouldn't tell you, and Elena didn't think you'd get it out of him, and you did.
Oh, dude, I just kept asking him, man. Okay, I said, hey, man, how much money you make? The guy was sitting at another table. How much money you make? I told Elena, I said, I can get anybody to tell me anything. Okay, how much money did you make? He's like, I don't even know you, man. That's true. You don't know me. How could you? We hadn't even met. Before I meet you, I want to know what kind of money you make, man. I got to bet with my wife. About how much money you make. The guy's like, would you tell her? I said, I think you make less than $1.25. He's like, no, man, I make more than that. Good, what's the number? Okay? Because I don't win if you don't tell me, right? So how are you going to figure it out? How are you going to say it? Keep smiling. You don't get tense. It's a great exercise to keep your hustle young. And your hustle needs to stay young all the time in all these little questions in the sales cycle. Right, Jared?
Oh, yeah.
We got guys back there, they get stale. They get all crispy.
They're working it out, man.
And some guys are loose, right? When you're loose, you're going to win.
Yeah.
Okay, when you get all freaking tied up in the shot, you can't win. Look, when I bought these shoes, by the way, I know some of you hate the shoes. It's about 50-50. People hate them, I love them, okay? Look, I bought them, you know why? Because it keeps me loose, man. Okay? And you know the other reason I bought them? Because I can. because I'm not wearing them today. Okay.
No, you're not. You got.
Okay, let's take another caller. All right. I'm going to give the coaching session away. I'm looking for somebody that was on the Instagram this morning. Go ahead, man.
Michael from Virginia.
Where's all the women, man? Michael.
Yo,
Michael.
GC, Grant.
My man,
What's
bro,
up?
have
Y'all
you
don't know
ever...
me, but can I have your attention for 60 seconds?
You can, but can I ask you a question first?
Feel free, GC. What's up, my man?
Michael, have you ever had a venereal disease?
I have not, and I get tested every Valentine's Day because that's my Valentine's Day gift to my wife.
Dude, have you ever had herpes? Have you ever had...
Wait. You get tested every year for your wife?
Yeah, man.
Dude, that guy's had... I guarantee you this dude's had some STS.
That's.
This guy's had chlamydia.
You guys got an open relationship?
If I've ever heard a dude with chlamydia in his voice, he's had it.
Oh, man. Got the dangerous class. Like Christy, like some of y'all salespeople over there at the Cardone sales.
Dang.
Dude, come on, man. Come on, man. Where do you live? Where do you live, man? Where do you live?
I'm in Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay. So go ahead. You got my full attention now because I know y'all got all those crabs up there in Virginia.
It's nasty, man. It's nasty up here. But hey, to make sure I'm not wasting y'all's time, let me ask you.
Please.
Why didn't y'all have a conga machine at the house in Deer Valley?
Because I don't carry the conga machine. I regret not having a conga machine actually in Deer Valley, but I didn't have one there because I just don't drag it across the country with me, dude.
I hear you. I totally understand, man. Like that.
And frankly, let me just tell you this: the other problem I got with an Agic and the conga machine, dude, they're too hard to freaking hook up, man.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys can figure out how to freaking alkaline water, can't you figure out how to set the damn thing up? I mean, if they're that brilliant, dude.
I'm totally with you.
Of course you are.
It took me 30 minutes to unpack it and to figure out how to hook it up to my sink the first time. I thought I'd be cute and set a timer, and I got frustrated the first time I set the machine. I'm totally with you, GC.
I mean, it was so hard to set up my fourth one that I almost said, shit, I just rather drink poison.
Yeah.
Oh, and I see you drinking poison, man. I see you sometimes sipping from a Fiji bottle. All respect to Fiji.
Yeah, you're just trying to get even with me for that herpes comment. That's all, man. That's all. Okay, so look, dude, I can't give you the free coaching. I can't give you the free coaching. What have you got taken out of this show today?
Dude, I don't need the free coaching. I don't even, taking out of the show is about asking the hard questions.
Yeah.
I just got hooked up with your Playbook to Millions with the millions and millions of free content. I'm swimming in your Kool-Aid, GC. And
yeah, but are you doing a backstroke?
Question for you, if you wouldn't mind.
Are you doing a backstroke, though, dude? That's the question.
Doing the backstroke? No, man. I'm doing the butterfly, like the one that looks like people are seizing in the water. That's what I'm doing in your Kool-Aid, GC.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Okay, well, good. We want to hear about your success. I'm sure that sounded good. We want to hear about your success on the program. I appreciate you calling in today. Folks, this is Young Hustlers every Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere, man, wherever you
Come to get your money right.
You know, I can't help you do a conga machine. I don't know how to hook one up. I can teach you how to close a deal. We can teach you how to sell. We can teach you how to keep a full pipeline. We can teach you how to keep your hustle bright. We can teach you how to make a cold call. I cannot teach you how to set up a conga machine.
No.
I cannot teach you how to do a heart. Take one out or put one in. Can you?
No.
Pacemakers, we don't do that.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Stints.
I can't do a stint.
Braces. Not us.
We don't do braces.
Chiropractic adjustments.
Nope.
Rectal exams.
Nope.
Nope.
I've done one before. On myself.
Oh.
Don't lie, man.
No.
Don't lie, man. Come on,
man.
man. Don't lie, man.
You done that before to yourself?
Why y'all lie, man? Come on, man. Okay, let's talk to the last caller, all right? By the way, I'm going to give a free coaching call today. You got to be online. You had to hit my Instagram. My Instagram pushes to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe at the YouTube channel. We have a target and a goal here to hit a certain number of subscribers.
It's going to be painful for me when we hit that number.
Dude, when I got people telling me, man, you should have 1 million people subscribe to your YouTube channel with the content you drop there. When I have people telling me that, it hurts. Okay, go ahead, man. What's up?
I'm Nathan from Detroit.
What's up, Nathan? How you doing?
What's going on? I was wondering if you could help me make a decision.
Oh, for sure, I can help you make a decision, man. For sure. Yeah. What's the question? What's the question, brother, man? I got it. You're in the business. You're in the car business.
Okay, now I've been following what you've been doing. I really like sales, but in the car business, I know it's a lot of sales.
What's the question, bro? What's the question, baby? What's the question?
I have another company that I've been starting, and it's typically for real estate agents. I have a training platform that I offer in digital format, and I also go in workshops. That kind of selling is a lot different than the car business, those types of products. But I feel a lot more opportunity, and I see a lot more. It's using the sales techniques that you're talking about.
Dude. No offense. Hey, brother. You with me?
Yep.
You got to learn how to. You got to
Ask a
learn how to
question.
get to it, dog.
Yeah.
You're gonna get freaking destroyed. Time. I'm trying to be nice right now, man. Okay, I don't want to shut you down on this, but somebody is anyway. I guarantee you, your money's showing up like this. Your money. If you got a bunch of money, you should have 10 times more money if you would just learn to get to it quicker. Okay? Because this ain't a fishing trip where I'm going out, grabbing a couple 6-packs of beer, driving down the boat. Look, I just want to kill time. That guy's not really fishing, dude.
Yeah.
That guy's killing his day. Another guy's going to go out, hit him, grab the fish, and get back in. Like in business, man, you want to get out, get your freaking kill, bring it in, fillet it, feed your family, and go do it again, right? So, who's got my money, man? What question are you asking when you're in a sales call? I don't want to be la 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 la
Yeah.
jamahama.
Yeah.
Man, I want to go into Iraq and I want to take that freaking town in 4 weeks, not 4 years, right? I want to get in. How fast did we
surgical.
go into Baghdad and take it?
Man.
It was like what George Bush, the first one, right? Went
Yeah.
in there, man, took that thing in like a 72 hours or something. It was crazy.
We're so good.
Okay? So look, check it out, man. Get your game tight.
So when you are entering a transaction, you have to know that there's typically one thing
One thing. Not 6,
One
not 5,
thing.
not 3.
that will get you the deal, that will get you the yes. The girl you're going up to in the bar, she probably has a million reasons why she doesn't want to be with a guy, but there's probably one reason she does. So your job is to find out
by
what
the way,
that
your
is.
looks is not one of them. Okay.
You got to find out what that reason is. And so asking the hard question.
I can show you proof of beautiful women with ugly guys every day. So how did he do it? He took interest, man. You guys have sex, man. You got to ask people what they want. I mean, how else you going to give it to them, man? You just start pushing around, shoving on stuff. Dude, what do you want? You go when you go to you make a recipe when not a recipe, but you make a list when
Game
you go
plan,
go
process,
shopping,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
What do I need, man? What am I looking for? You went there to solve a problem. You picked up some other stuff while you're there. By the way, the marshmallows that you didn't go for solve some problem. I don't know, maybe it's loneliness at 11 o'clock at night in your house. And you're like, my marshmallows give me comfort. I don't know, dude. You guys, how would you know without asking? Ask hard questions, number 1. Number 2, get an answer. Hey, why wouldn't you start the diet? Why wouldn't you start the gym, right? Why wouldn't you buy the life insurance? Ask the hard questions, okay? When the deal closes, is there any reason you would change your mind? Freaking seriously hard question.
That's a good question, yeah.
Would there be any reason you change your mind? Would there be any reason you wouldn't make the appointment? Would there be any reason you would quit the program? If you're selling a term, would there any reason you would break the contract, right? Would there be any reason other than what you're telling me right now that we wouldn't do this? You got to lock this thing down. Lock the close down, lock the appointment down, lock the sale down, and find out why.